Hey, boss lady, it is Angela here. I'm so glad you are here. Welcome to the Little Oil Podcast. This episode is going to be the one that you definitely want to save, share, take notes. This is the one. This is the one. The title of our episode today is all about getting ready for 2025. I don't know what happened in your 2024. Maybe it was the best year of your life. 2025 can even be better. I'm sure of it. Maybe 2024 was a big goals year and you just did not make the mark. I get it. I'm there. 2025 is going to be better. Why? Because today we're going to be so totally intentional about making sure we're ready for it. Welcome to your Vision Checkup. It's your Vision Checkup today. We are checking in. We are going to spend some times as girls just hanging out and talking about making sure that we have our vision set up. We have our vision positioned to meet the goals and the vision that we have always wanted for that life, for that moment in time that we always wanted. And I'm so here for it. And I want to take you along on my journey. I don't want to do this by myself. I want to do this with you. I am so totally very sure about my purpose in life. I know without a shadow of a doubt that I'm here for you. And I feel more of myself. I feel more of who God created me to be when I am connecting with my sisters. So welcome, welcome, welcome. I am so glad you're here. Welcome if you are on the live. Welcome if you are on the replay. Either way, this is your Vision Checkup. I want to ask you a very important question, and I don't want to rush the question. I tend to talk very fast when I am excited, but I want to take my time and ask you this question. And this is the question that is going to guide us in this entire podcast today. And that is, are you dreaming big enough? Are you dreaming big enough? That is the question I want to ask. And the answer is going to just depend on where you are in your life. I want to dig into three very key important points that is going to help us navigate our vision checkup for 2025. I have so many big visions and big dreams. And I know it's in me to do it. I know it's in me to do it. And I know it's in you to do it. But things get in the way. Life gets in the way. Doubt gets in the way. Obstacles get in the way. The things that get in our way are not an excuse for us to give up or quit. And let me get my mic turned on. I thought it was on. All right, this should be better. I have had a mic in my hand since I was a child. I'm grateful for my life. All right, so let's get into it. I want to talk about, I want to read something to you that I wrote down. And I say this not arrogantly. I don't say it because I think I'm bigger or on a higher pedestal than you. Sis, we all go through our own stuff. But I want you to know that we are all in this together. We're in this together, and I am with you every step of the way. I want to say this to you, and this is something that I wrote for you that I think is going to help if you are feeling lost, if you are feeling like you just cannot make that mark, if you are feeling like, I get it. I know what it feels like you are so close, like you are almost there, but it's just not happening. I got you today. Sis, I got you today. I got you today. So your vision is more than just a list of goals. Your vision is more than just a list of goals. It's a reflection of your faith and belief in your purpose that God put in you. Your vision is not a list of things to do. If your life is just a series of things that you have to do, there's more for you than that. I promise you, there is more for you than that. It can't be. Your life can't be just a list of stuff to do. It can't just be a task list. It really, truly should be a reflection of your faith and belief in what God has purposed you to do in this life. In other words, your to-do list should be a list of or a reflection of your true purpose. And it really all starts with that little oil. So yeah, it's the Little Oil Podcast. It really all starts with that little oil that you have in your hand, the little start, the little idea, the little gestures, all those little things that you think don't count and don't matter, they count and they matter. And when you take just that little bit that you have and you walk by faith on that, God will increase it. Little is much when God is in it. Little is much when God is in it. So just that little bit that you have, we're going to use it, and we're going to use it as a spark to do something extraordinary. We're going to use it as a spark to do big things, and we're going to use it as a spark for we're going to use it as a spark for the bigger in our lives. We're going to dream bigger for 2025. All right? So excited for you. I'm so super excited for you. So there are 3 things that I want to share with you today. 3 key points that I think that are going to really take you to the next level on how to dream bigger for 2025. And I want to take my time, and I want to get to some of the things that may be obstacles. Number 1, what you have is good enough. I want us to stop thinking that it's not good enough, it's not ready yet, it's not perfect enough. I know the world gives us its own imagination of what is perfect and what is good. The perfect lashes, the perfect car, the perfect guy. Because if you are already perfect, what do you need God for? If you're already perfect, then what's the point? I love the challenges in my life. I love the obstacles in my life. No, I don't love going through it, but I love what it does for me because it brings me to who I was created to be in the first place. I am excited about all the things that I've gone through because it made me better. It made me stronger. It made me who I was intentionally meant to be in the first place. And so the point I'm making is this. I want us to stop thinking the I'm not good enough mentality. I wish I could just turn it off in your head. I wish it was a switch. But what I can give you is practical strategies, something that you can ponder on, think about, that you can apply right away, even after this podcast is over. Simply apply them every day, intentionally, and over time, you will dispel the myth of I'm not good enough, I don't have enough, this is not enough. It's the little oil, friends. It's the little oil, friends. I promise you. So let's get into key point number 1, and that is your vision reflects your faith and your potential. So whatever vision you have, it literally kind of tells on you, right? It reflects your faith and your potential. And I want to make sure today that the vision that you have for 2025 is big enough. Good morning, Jam. Good morning, Jam. Today we are talking about how to dream bigger for 2025. And the question that I'm posing today for the Little Oil Podcast is, are you dreaming big enough? Is your dream or is your vision for 2025 big enough? In other words, I want us to do a vision checkup. And in this vision checkup, I want us to ask ourselves, is my vision for 2025 based on what I already have what I already know, who I already am. If the vision is based on those three things, that vision not big enough. Your vision can't be based on what you already have, what you already know, who you already are. Your vision has to be based on the potential that God. I would love for us to have a vision. I would love for us to have a vision that's big and reflects what God sees. I would love for us to have a vision that reflects what God sees, because that vision is a vision based on, or is a vision that reflects the potential of what we have. Okay. So do I have a multi-million-dollar building in downtown Atlanta? No. But can my vision reflect that? Right? Do I have 1 million followers? No. But can my vision reflect that? So I'm not basing my vision, my 2025 vision, on what I have, what I know, or what I already am, or who I am right now. I'm basing my 2025 vision on what God sees. It's from his lens. And that's a big vision. And it doesn't matter if it doesn't look like it's going to happen. It doesn't look like it's not possible. It doesn't matter if it looks like it's not possible. None of that matters. We're just going to write the vision today. Okay? Let's let God take care of the rest. But let's write a big vision for 2025, bigger than we have ever imagined. So, key point number 1 is our vision needs to reflect our faith and our potential. In other words, what are you potentially able to do? Not what can you do right now. If you are really good in math and you understand numbers and you understand how to budget, I want your vision to be based on the potential of that. I want your vision to be based on the 10x, the 100x of just a little bit that you know. Yes, we're going to start with a little oil, but our vision is going to be based on what God sees for us. Okay? All right. So I remember when I first left teaching the first time. It was 2008. I started teaching in 1998. I was actually 7 years in. I was 7 years in when I first learned that I'm not going to be a teacher forever. And you got to realize that I've known since 3rd grade I'd be a teacher. Like, I knew in 3rd grade I would be a teacher. My mom's a teacher. My sisters are teachers. My aunts are teachers. It's the family business. And something shifted in me in 2007. I started to realize that I wasn't going to be in the classroom forever. I started to feel something bigger in me. I don't know. I certainly didn't see today coming. I certainly didn't see me being here, full-time entrepreneur on a podcast, talking to Jam and everybody else on the podcast. I didn't see that day, but I knew something in me was big. Have you ever had that feeling where you just knew it was something else? Like, have you ever had that feeling where you didn't know what it was, you couldn't explain it, but something was just missing, that there was something else in you that was just waiting to burst out? That you're just in time. If you're feeling that you are just in time for what we're about to do in this podcast today, because we're about to write the vision for 2025. Get your pencil and your paper ready, because we're about to write the vision for 2025, and it's going to be a bigger vision than you ever imagined, because that's what we're believing for. All right. So our vision checkup is your vision big enough? And I want us to write a vision today that has nothing to do with what we already have, what we already know. I don't want our vision to be based on that. I want our vision to be based on, remember, the potential of what God sees. I want our vision to be based on and reflect what God sees, what he sees for us. Okay, so key point number 2. There's a mindset shift, and I want to take my time with this, because this mindset shift is going to make the difference between you actually realizing the bigger vision for 2025 and it's not happening yet again. Right. So forget about all the years it didn't happen, because I suspect that this is not your first time thinking about a big vision. I suspect that this is not your first time thinking about, oh my gosh, yet another year. I'm blank, 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 blank years past the vision when I first had it and it still hasn't happened. No. What I want us to do today, I want us to have a mindset shift from a scarcity mentality to an abundance mentality. Yeah, I felt that when I left corporate America. Yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Jam. Like leaving. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. It's such a conundrum, right? Because you are leaving what you know is for sure to what you don't know, to what you don't have an assurity about at all. Who does that? A person who really believes. I have said it for years and I will say it forever. I've asked clients and I've asked audiences at my speaking engagements. I'll say, do you believe that you can blank? Do you believe it? Do you really believe it? And so I'll say, how many really believe that they're going to blank, blank, blank? I'll ask them what the vision is. Your vision should reflect the potential God gave you. Believe big. Yes, Jam. Yes, Jamila. Yes, I got to put this on the screen because you amaze me. I got to put it on the screen because you amaze me. Your vision should reflect the potential God gave you. Believe big. And that's what we're going to do here today. We're going to do it here together. There is absolutely no reason we should do it alone. This is a community of sisters who are willing to believe big. And we're going to write that vision today. Glory to God. We're going to write that vision today based on the reflection of what God sees. Not what we see, not what we have. We're going to start with our little, but God is much. God is much. God is going to do the rest. God is going to give us the increase. We're going to start with our little, right? Little is much when God is in it. And so I want us to go from the mindset shift of scarcity to the mindset shift of abundance. Okay? So we have to overcome doubt and fear. We have to overcome doubt and fear. I know that it's scary. Okay, back to the story of when I left teaching. It was really scary. How do you leave something that is sure, automatic? Like I knew I was getting paid. I knew my county was going to direct deposit the money into my account as long as I showed up and did my job. That leaving something that was that sure and then going to the unknown was a little scary. I had doubt, but I had to do it. It was, I don't know how to explain it. I just know that I was going to diminish in my soul if I didn't do it because I knew that it was something I was supposed to do. I knew it. I knew it. And even though I loved teaching, I still love teaching. I still sub because I love teaching. I love being a teacher, but I had to move. I felt like if I stayed in the classroom any longer, I was going to blow up. I was going to not blow up in the sense of get big. I was going to blow up like lose it. I felt like the walls were closing in on me. I felt like the only way I could explain it is the classroom just couldn't contain me anymore. And I don't say that with a big head. I don't say that like I am all of that. I just knew that that I was outgrowing it. I was outgrowing it. It was the scariest thing I had ever done. Still scared, but I trust God. Left a good paycheck and now figuring it out almost 12 months later. Yeah. Oh, Jam. You so get me. I get it. I get it. Yeah. And you know what, Jam? We're going to figure it out together. We're going to figure it out together. I have all the parts for you. I have all the steps. You don't have to worry about that. I know how to take an idea and turn it in. Yes. Yeah. She says, oh, I totally get that. Yeah. This is the good news, Jam. I got all the parts. I know how to take the idea and create the systems. I'm a systems girl to my very core. I can teach you everything about the steps that it takes. I can teach you how to optimize. I can teach you how to systemize. I can teach you how to monetize. We got that part. We don't have any problems with the steps. I can teach you that all day long. It took me a lot of years, but I learned them. The hard part, the thing that we're going to have to get through together is staying consistently in believe mode, staying consistently in move forward mode no matter what. That's the hard part. The hard part is to continually dream bigger when nothing is happening. That's the hard part. But we got this because we got each other. Girl, I'm so glad you're here today because I'm telling you, today was like, I got to do the podcast. I got to do the podcast. I got to do the podcast. So many things that went wrong. And I was like, I got to do the podcast. I can't quit. I got to do the podcast. I have so much to do. Like, it's not even funny. And the first, I don't know why our mind automatically goes to just don't do it. What is that about? Like, what is that about? Like, you don't have to show up today. My mind consistently gives me an out. But there's something else that happens in my mind. As soon as I have this, I don't feel like doing this today. I don't want to do this today. This is not working for me today. When I get that in my head, another thing comes in and it says, show up. Show up, Angela. Show up. And I think that's the purpose part of me because I know to my very core, like in my bone of bones, in the marrow part, like that deep, deep part, I know all up in there that I am purposed to inspire, empower women. I know that. I know it. I know it like I know I'm breathing. And so when one side of my brain says, you don't feel like it today, you don't have to show up, don't do it. The other side of my brain says, girl, get it together. Like, turn the camera on, hit the play button, and let's get it. And I'm so glad I did because here is the thing, and I don't know if anybody else out there experiences this. If you can just get 5 minutes past I don't want to, things start kicking in. Like 5 minutes or less in past the I don't want to. If you can get 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes past the I don't want to, I promise you it will disappear. That's at least that's how it happens. That's how it happens for me. And so now I'm so glad, and I'm always so glad I showed up. I'm so glad I showed up. I'm so glad I came. I'm so glad I'm here because I feel energized. I feel empowered. Like you are my life fuel today, friends, boss ladies. And that's why I love the Little Oil podcast. That's why I love the Little Oil parties. I'm going to tell you about the Little Oil party in just a bit because I really want you to be there. It is an amazing way for us to come together and just start. So I know that you might not have it all together. I know that you might not have all the pieces. I know that you might not have it all figured out. It doesn't matter. Just the little oil that you have. Remember the widow? She only had a little oil. And that turned into legacy wealth. So, all right, how are we going to do this? We have to get from the scarcity to the abundance mindset. In other words, here is the scarcity mindset. Okay, let's just get this out of the way. The scarcity mindset is, hey, Elle, I'm so glad you're here. Hey, Elle, y'all. Okay, I'm just good. Got it ready. See, look, all this, see how the box is almost out? This is podcast, that's podcast tissue's gone. Okay. Let's get rid of the scarcity mindset first. Let's go ahead and cover all of that first. Scarcity mindset is, I don't have enough time. How many of us have said that? Scarcity mindset. Okay, every mindset thought that you have that starts with these words, I don't, I can't, I'm not, that's a scarcity mindset. So we're going to take them a little bit at a time, and we're going to go ahead and get those out of the way. I don't, I'm not, I can't. Let's do those three. Okay? Get some paper. We're going to take our time with this, and we're going to get this together, because remember, today we're writing our vision for 2025, and it's going to be a bigger vision than we've ever had, and we're going to position ourselves. As a matter of fact, I didn't tell y'all. Okay, so today's podcast is the first of a series of podcasts that I'm doing for the rest of the year to get ready for January 1. So starting today, January the 10th, starting today, December the 10th, every Tuesday podcast from December the 10th to the last Tuesday in December is all about getting ready for January 1. Because here's the thing, friends. We get one shot for January 1, 2025. We get one chance for January 1, 2025. January 1, 2025 at midnight, that day is over. So what I'm doing is I am gathering my sisters together, and we're going to come together, and we're going to make sure that we are positioned for the best January 1 we've ever had, because 2025 is our year. Come on here, somebody. I'm telling you, 2025 is our year. It's the year of bigger. It's the year of more. It's the year of abundance. Hashtag abundance. It is the year, but it has to be intentional. We can't just hope that it happens and then just like meander along and just hope for the best. No, we're not doing that. I got my notes and we're ready. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to dispel all the scarcity mentality. So I'm not, I can't, I don't. Okay. I'm not, I can't, I don't. These are the ones we got to get rid of first, because that is the scarcity mentality. And we can't live in that space anymore. As a matter of fact, I'm decreeing and declaring right now that we don't live in that space anymore. Because what we realize now, where we are now, is that it's the little oil mentality, right? If the widow can take a little oil and turn it into abundance, we can too. So we don't have to ever worry about or go back to I don't, I can't, I'm not. We're not doing that anymore. So let's go through some of the sentences that start with that. If you have any, go ahead and put it in the comments, and I'm going to add them to the screen because we're going to break each one down. Okay, here's one that I know that we have. I don't have enough time. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm going to put it in the comments. I don't have enough time. Here's one I know we have. I don't have enough time. All right, that's one. I don't have enough time. I can't. Yes, Lady Jam. I'm going to put Lady Jam on the screen. All right. We're going to just get rid of the scarcity mindset. No more. I can't. I'm not. I'm don't. Okay. I'm going to leave Lady Jams on the screen. I keep calling you Lady Jam, Jamila. But you said I could call you Jam. And I like it because it's so cool. I love calling you Jam. It's so cool. Okay. So I'm not, I can't, I don't. We're getting rid of that. So the one the record that I play in my head a lot is I don't have enough time. Okay, let's go ahead and dispel that. That's a scarcity mindset. And we're going to take that and turn it into an abundance mindset. And here's how. All right. The scarcity mindset is I don't have enough time. The abundance mindset is I have 24 hours. So just changing that mindset from I can't, I'm not, I don't, and replacing it with the abundance sentence is going to open the door for what we need to do to have a bigger 2025. Okay. So instead of saying I don't have enough time, scarcity, I'm going to say moving forward, I have 24 hours. 24 hours is a long time. And so in my book, the book that you see behind me, I talk about how to manage time. And I know people say time can't be managed, but it can. Okay, so here's how it works. I'm going to just break that down just a little bit, just to share with you the difference between a scarcity mindset and abundance mindset. Let's say, for instance, you have 8 hours, you need 8 hours of sleep every day. I don't need that much. I can sleep for a good 3 hours and I'm good to go for a couple of days. So I don't need that much sleep, but you know your body and you know how much you need, okay? All right, that gives you 16 hours left. You got 16 hours left. Okay. You have 16 hours left in a day. If it takes you 8 hours to sleep. All right. Let's say, for instance, you work 8 hours of that day. Okay. So that gives you 8 hours left. 8 hours left. Okay. So there's no more scarcity. There's no scarcity there. You have 8 whole hours and that's just one day. Okay. Let's say, for instance, okay, you got sleep out of the way. Check. You have work out of the way. Check. Let's say you spend about an hour dinner with the family. Okay. So let's say family dinner. All right. So that's check. That gives you 7 hours left. What are you doing with those 7 hours? The main things are done, right? Okay, let's take some time for travel time, grocery shopping, doing the laundry. Let's take that out. All right, and then 2 hours. Okay, so let's just do everyday life stuff. So everyday life, check. That's 2 hours. Okay, 5 hours. 5 hours. So if you have all these things done, like you have lived your life today, you've slept, you've eaten with the family, you've did your grocery shop, you've done your grocery shopping, you have, what else do we do? You had your family dinner. That's a lot of life and you're doing. So I don't have enough time. That's a scarcity mindset. You have 5 hours left and it's just Monday. What can you do with those 5 hours? Oh, okay, let me see. It'll take me 30 minutes to write a podcast episode. It'll take me 30 minutes to connect with the client. It'll take me an hour and a half to have a session with the client, and that's paying you at least $500. So there is really no scarcity mindset. There is really no I don't have enough time. The thing is, the goal is to get the I don't have enough time mindset out and to say, oh, I have 24 hours. Now, here's what's happening. I want to take my time with this because this is important. If you start with I don't have enough time, there is literally no room for anything proactive to be done. Because when you say I don't have enough time, it literally stops everything. There is no creativity. There is no ideas. There is no gumption. There is no get to it. There is no motivation. There is no inspiration because I don't stopped it. It wiped it out. It literally wiped it out. But when you say I have 24 hours, just saying that automatically thinks, oh, well, let me see what I can do with that 24 hours. You see where I'm going with this? You see how it works? Just changing the mindset of I don't to I have opens up a whole sea of possibilities. In other words, what I'm trying to say here is that I don't have enough time. It means just that. Then you really don't. Saying I have 24 hours opens up all kinds of possibilities of what can be done. It opens up the possibilities of what you can do. Okay? Here's another one. I don't know enough. Oh, I don't know enough. Okay? All right? If you say I don't know enough, then that's what it is. There is no opportunity. There is no options. There is no possibility for anything else. But if you say, I know how to blank, fill in the blank. Do you see you see where I'm going with this? Oh, I know how to connect with women. I know how to build a business. I know how to inspire. I know how to empower. Okay, let's use this. Let's use this analogy. Let's say, for instance, that you really just want to help people get out of debt. You know that debt is killing them financially, emotionally, spiritually. It's messing up their marriages. It's just not good. And you want to help people get out of debt, but you have only. Here's one. You've only managed to save $1,000 in your lifetime. You know how many people don't have $1,000? You know how many people don't have $1,000? You just being able to help them get that They will trust you in whatever you have done and accomplished in your life. You know enough. So yes, Jam, I know how to, instead of I don't know how enough. Yes, yes. So here's what we lead with every day. I don't, I can't, I'm not, is no longer our mentality. It's gone. Let's go ahead and bye-bye. Because it's, number one, it's not true. But that's what we tell ourselves, right? I'm not enough. I don't know enough. Okay? But you do. If you know how to save $1,000, there are a million people out there who don't know how to save $1,000. And if you are willing to help them save $1,000, they will take out their credit card and pay you to help them do that. Even if you tell them, give me $1 and I'll show you how to save $1,000, that's like, I'll give you $5 because I'm still $995 ahead, right? You do know enough. Take the little that you have, and we're going to turn that into our legacy wealth. The Little All podcast, the Little All party, is all about taking the little that we have and taking the small steps and just continuing and keep going. I'm never going to tell you you're going to be a millionaire overnight. There may be people out there that have done that. That's not my story. What I do know is this. I have been able to take what I know and monetize it enough to leave my teaching career that I even loved so much. I love being a teacher. I loved it. As a matter of fact, let me show you. This is my very last class. This is the class that I had the last year I left. My sweet class. The last year I taught fifth grade math, social studies, and science. Second grade is my judge. That's my second grade is my life. But when I decided to leave and I put in my resignation, by the time I changed my mind, because it wasn't time, and I called my principal and I said, I resigned, but I'm not positioned to leave yet. I need to come back. She was like, oh my God, Angela, I've already filled your second grade position. I was like, okay. She said, but I have a fifth grade teacher that's leaving. And so that's how I ended up teaching fifth grade. Never would have chosen fifth grade for myself. It was an extremely difficult year. Number one, because I thought I was supposed to have left by then. So here's what had happened. I'm gonna tell you, what had happened was, so, okay, 2007, I left teaching the first time. I went back. 2018, I left again. No, 2007. Yeah, look at my balloons. I thank God for the time that I left. I do. 2007, I left. 2018, I left. 2023, I left. I put in my resignation in 2024. That's why I say I left teaching 3 times, almost 4. 2022, I put in my resignation to leave. I knew enough to go. I didn't understand why God hadn't released me yet. I knew enough to go. I had already turned coaching into a success. My husband and I had already turned the Bible college into a success. I knew enough to leave. I don't understand why God didn't let me go, but here's what happened. I was like, I'm tired. I just don't want to do this anymore. I do love teaching. I really do. But I was so, what's the word I'm looking for? I was so uneasy. There's a better word than uneasy. I was so, I'm just going to use the word uneasy because I can't think of a better word right now. About my creator life, I just wanted to do that. I wanted to focus on that. And so I was bothered by the fact that I had to teach and come home and coach clients and come home and write books. And I didn't want to have to do both. So I was restless. That's the word I was looking for. Thank you, Lord. Don't you just love him? Don't you just love him? I was restless in 2022. And so I told my principal, I said, I won't be returning in 2023. I resigned. I'm in the shower, y'all, and I heard God, like I'm here, like I'm hearing myself talking today, and he said, it's not time. And I was like, no, please don't make me go back. Please don't make me go back. I just want to work my creative business. This is what it was my new passion. And so I fought it. I fought it. I fought it. I fought it. I was like, can't hear you, Lord. Mm-mm, mm-mm. And at the end of the day, it wouldn't let me go. When you hear something over and over again and it won't let you go, you probably should pay attention to it. So I called my principal and I told her, I said, I resigned. Y'all, you don't understand. My classroom was already broken down. Stuff was in the car. I was out. And I said, I need to teach another year. She was like, I already filled your second grade position, but I have a fifth grade position open. So because the school year had not ended yet, like the last week of school, all she had to do was go in human resources and change my status from resigned to employed and change the school, the grade from second to fifth. It really wasn't a hard thing to stay. So one day I'm looking in human resources in my portal and it's saying resign. I'm like, yay. Another day I'm looking in and it's showing fifth grade teacher for the 23-24 school year. I was like, okay. Anyway, the point I'm making is this. I went back that last school year. It was a very difficult year because I was restless. I was like, I don't know why I'm here, but I believed God and it's a good thing I did, because that was the year that I really was able to position myself financially to be able to go without stress, strain, or struggle. And that's what I teach in my Teacher Tycoon brand. I teach teachers how to leave, if you want to leave, without stress, strain, or struggle. The point I'm making is this. I knew that I knew enough to teach women what I did to leave, but I still had doubts. I'm like, well, who want to listen to me? Who want to listen to somebody that doesn't have 1 million followers? Who want to listen to somebody who don't drive a Bentley, that's my dream car, by the way. Who want to listen to that? So it was just so many mixed emotions. The point I'm making is this. I had to change all that mentality about I don't know enough, I'm not enough, I can't do it, I don't have enough. I had to change all of that and get in the mode of what do I know? So I'm like, okay, Angela, you wrote 3 books. Teach people how to do that. Angela, you created several courses. Teach people how to do that. And I had already been really good at coaching because I started coaching in 2008. Sounds like me. I became frustrated and very restless. Even though I didn't hate my job, I was unfulfilled and I couldn't explain it. Jam, are we the same person? Like, are you me? Am I you? That is exactly how I felt. Okay, I want to share this, Jam, because there might be other people out there who feels like or felt like just like we did. Jam says, that sounds like me. I became frustrated and very restless, even though I didn't hate my job. I was unfulfilled and couldn't explain it. That was me. I didn't hate teaching. I was really good at it. Like literally runner-up, teacher of the year. I didn't hate it. I could go to my classroom. I could do my job with my eyes closed. I was helping other teachers. I was mentoring other teachers. I was team lead of my department. I was the lead teacher of all of my grade level. I'm not saying that arrogantly at all. I'm saying there was absolutely no reason for me to leave a job that I was good at and was paying me a good bit of money. Now, it wasn't paying me a whole lot of money because everybody knows teachers don't get paid a lot. But with my income and my husband's income, it afforded us to live in the zip code I wanted to live in. It afforded me to drive what I wanted to drive. It afforded me to buy a few things here and there. But I'm telling you, Jam, it was just not doing it anymore. It was like, yes, I can do this. And I was going to work every day. Some days, y'all, I would drive to work literally crying. I would drive to work crying. And here's why. Because I wasn't miserable. I wasn't miserable because I was not happy with my job. Being a teacher is so rewarding. I loved it. I was miserable because there was something else in me that I wasn't tapping into. There was another part of Angela that I had not revealed to myself yet, that I had not acknowledged myself, that it was okay to be her, and I needed to get out. So the point I'm making is this. The point I'm making is this. There will come a time, just like what we're doing today, where you're going to have to do that vision check. Remember, our podcast title today is Your Vision Checkup. We are checking on and writing our vision to make sure that we are writing a vision that's bigger for 2025 than we ever could imagine. We're not just believing for the small. We're not believing for what we can. We're not believing for what we have. We're believing for the bigger. Remember, our vision that we're getting ready to write is the vision that's reflected, that is God's reflection. It's the vision of what God sees for us. And so, point I'm making is this. I was able to leave. Finally. So that year, I taught that year like a strong, like a strong woman. I took it like a champ. I finished my year. What I want to say to you, let me just interject this part right here because it's the part of my story that may help you. The last year that I taught, the year that I end up going back, even though I initially resigned, God blessed me though. He did, because I was able to stay at my same school. I was only a few halls down from where I taught when I taught second grade, because the second grade position is the position I resigned. And when I went to fifth grade, y'all, I had to move all of my second grade stuff from the second grade hall to the fifth grade hall. It was only a few halls down, but I had a lot of stuff. So yeah, focus, Angela, focus. I had to get myself together. And that last year that I taught, here's what I have to tell you about that. I had to get it in my head that I wasn't going to half-a it. I don't cuss, so that's why I said half-a it. I wasn't going to half do it. I wasn't going to go in and just say, look, forget it. I'm not supposed to be here anyway. No, I did my good teaching. I showed up every day. I went to work a lot of days crying, yes. But when I got to the parking lot, I got my Kleenex out. I dried my tears. I gave myself my pep talk. I said, get it together, sis, because I'm not going to half do the thing that I don't want to do, because I knew that if that's the character that I was building for myself, it was going to be the same character that showed up for my business, and I couldn't do that. So what I decided to do was I decided to give it everything I had. And even though that year was hard, I gave it everything. I did my good teaching, y'all. I showed up correct. I made sure I got dressed. I got my makeup on days that I could. I did my good teaching. I did my good work. And when I left with my head held high that I gave it my all, even though I had no desire to be there. And I think what happened was, I think that the hard part of what I had to overcome that year taught me everything that I needed to know about being a full-time creator in the capacity that I am right now. Because all the hard things that I had to overcome, they showed up when it got hard, when I had to do the hard things for my business. All the hard things I had to overcome that year, it showed up when the hard things came when I had to run my business. Y'all don't hear me. Y'all not hearing me. I'm telling you, endure hard times. Endure hardness, because when it's time to show up for the bigger, it's going to be there for you. Okay, so number one, key point number one, your vision reflects your faith and your potential. Not what you already have. The vision reflects your faith and your potential. Number two, we have to go from the scarcity mindset to the abundance mindset. No more I don't, I have, I'm not, I can't, I don't. No more I'm not, I can't, I don't. Instead of saying I'm not enough, say I'm smart because I, instead of saying I can't, I can because at least I have. Instead of saying I don't, oh, I do have blank and I'll do blank. So that's the third. The last key I want to do is vision requires action to thrive. Okay, I'm 49 minutes in. I'm 4 minutes over. I'm trying to get my podcast down to 45 minutes. But I have to say this. Let me see what Jam said. I left in December 2023. I considered going back to a regular job several times, but still pushing forward. That's so good. Do it with excellence. Jam, you get it. You get it. You get it. And here's the thing. I talked about this in the last podcast. You really do have to have the money thing figured out. You can't be foolish. You can't be homeless. You can't not eat. But get it figured out enough to keep going. Because here's the thing: we know enough as women. We know enough to survive. We know how to survive. We know how to get the next meal. We know how to get the kids clothed. We know how to do those things. But that's what I'm not talking. But I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about fulfilling that purpose inside of us that we know is there, that we don't sometimes want to move on because of fear, doubt, and unbelief. What I'm telling you today is that we're going to create a vision for 2025, a bigger vision, anything that we've ever dreamed of, because the potential of what God sees, because the potential of what God knows about us, we're going big, and we're going to do it together. I got you. Okay, so I want to say this before I move on to my last key point. My last key point, you want to stick around for this because it's going to change your life. But I want to say this first. If you have to work a job to take care of your living expenses, do that. I'm not telling anybody to leave. You will know when it's time to leave. So number one, if you have to work a job to take care of your living expenses, to afford the life that you have, continue to do that. But what I'm also saying is don't pause on the purpose part of your creator business just because you have to work a job. Because I am going to teach you, I'm going to share with you, I'm going to guide you on everything you need to do to organize, systemize, and monetize your business. Okay? I got you on that part. All I need you to do is see the little oil possibility enough to move forward, to take the several steps. Okay? All right. So here's the last key point. Vision requires action to thrive. Okay, I'm going to take my time on this because it's important. Yes, we're getting ready to write our big vision for 2025. It's going to be a vision statement. I'm going to show you how to write it. Yes, we're going to write it, and it's going to be big, right? Because I'm asking you, is the vision that you have or had big enough? Agreed. Do not just walk away from your job without a financial blueprint. Okay, I want y'all to connect and tag in to Jam, because she's getting ready to launch an amazing program to teach you how to, she's going to teach you money. Most people are in the situation they're in because they don't know money. Jam is your girl for that. Okay, what I was getting ready to say is, okay, we're going to write the vision, yes. And we're going to write a big vision, yes. However, whatever vision statement we write, and we're getting ready to write it in just a bit, whatever that is going to take action to thrive. Okay, Angela, what do you mean by that? What I'm saying is, whatever you get ready to write on your paper, whatever you get ready to write, without action, it means nothing. Okay, yes, ma'am. I'm going to put that on the screen. I got to. Jam, you're crushing it today. Here it is. Vision requires action to thrive. Vision requires action to thrive. And yes, we're going to write it down. And I know that you're going to see a lot of people online, and all the big gurus say, you got to write the vision. Let's do a vision board. And that's going to be great. My vision, I don't just have a vision board. I have a life-size vision board, and that's behind me. Everything behind me is my vision board in real life. It's like a life-size vision board. I created it that way. Oh, and I'm going to be doing a video, a New Year video, taking you through my vision. My life-size vision board is what I call it. And I'm adding something to it, and I'm excited to share it. It is, well, it's right here. And I'm adding it to my life-size vision board, and I'm going to do a whole podcast on it. Okay. But everything behind me is my vision. At some point, because I've been doing vision boards for 20, 30 years. I was doing vision boards when it wasn't even popular, because I understand the importance of a vision. And I would do the board, and then I moved to a digital one, and then I made it a life-size one, and that's what you see behind me. Okay, the point I'm making is this. Even though we write the vision down, and we will, with no action, it will not thrive. It will just be words on a page. Your vision will just be words on the page without action. What I am going to do is take you through the next few weeks on how to make sure that your vision thrives, so that as you go through your 2025, you're starting to see fruit, right? I don't want you to have a vision board and it doesn't come to life, or it doesn't happen in real life. I don't want you to have a vision statement and then December 2025, you're like, oh my God, where'd the year go? I didn't reach my vision. We're not doing that. We're coming up together. I'm not leaving you behind. I want to be like that, like the people in the military. And I will drag you with me. I will drag you the whole way, right? And you drag me if you see me falling behind. We're in this together. We are in this together. All right. So a vision without action is just something that you're hoping for, right? And so here's what I want you to write. Here's what I want you to see. In the next few weeks, that is a great idea to make a life-size vision board. I love it. And I'm going to take y'all through, I'm going to take y'all through the vision, my life-size vision board in an upcoming video. Everything on my shelves reflects a vision statement, or what I want to see happen in my life. Okay. Everything on there. I'll take you through it. The point I'm making is this. When we write our vision, right, we're going to turn that vision into goals. We're going to turn those goals into steps. And we're going to turn those steps into our actual agenda. What we're going to do in real life. Okay, life have to keep lifing. I get that. You still have to take care of the kids. You still have to take care of the hubs. You still have to take care of yourself. I get all that. But here's what I want you to know. There are 7 specific life areas of your life. Every woman has 7 specific life areas. And if you don't give attention to those 7 life areas, then you're going to find unfulfillment and you're going to find unbalance. I promise you. God gave you all these 7. I don't care if you're widowed, single, divorced. I don't care if you're young, old. I don't care if you have long hair, short hair, or wig. I don't care if you have 2 limbs, 1. I don't care. It doesn't matter. Every woman have 7 life areas. Okay? And they are your spiritual life, yourself, which is most neglected, your health and your fitness, that's your 3rd one. Your leisure life is there, so stop ignoring it. Your relationships, your finances, and your career and your business. Career or business, either you have a career or a business, or you have both. That's 7 areas. All 7 areas need to have a vision statement. All 7 areas need to have a vision. I won't go into all of that now because I don't want to labor the time. I want to get into our vision for 2025. But today we're going to write the vision for our career/business, particularly our business. Because these days I'm teaching women how to take their knowledge and turn it into legacy wealth. I don't care what job you have. I don't care how much it's paying you. It's paying you for your life. Now you got to pay for your legacy. It doesn't matter how much money you have with your job. It is only going to afford you your life. Yes, your job is paying for your life, but what is paying for your legacy? You need a legacy wealth income box or jar or you need that. Okay? So basically what I'm saying is this. Your check stub is paying for your rent, your mortgage, your car note, your food, your hair, your makeup. Your check stub is going to do that. And your business is going to pay for your great grandbaby's what is it called? Trust fund, right? It's going to pay for your great grandbaby's inheritance. It's going to pay for the wells you're going to build in Africa. It's going to pay for the house you're going to build for all the women you rescue from sex trafficking. It's going to pay for um, the money you want to give to the widow who just lost her husband and don't have any way to pay her bills. That's what the legacy money is for. So yes, your paycheck might pay for the living expenses, but your business is paying for your legacy. That's why I'm so big on teaching women how to take their knowledge and turn it into legacy wealth, because I know what it's like. My teaching job paid for my life, but my teaching job was never getting ready to pay for my great grandchildren's trust fund. It just is not enough. And depending on what lifestyle you have and job you have, your job don't even pay enough for your life. I'm just saying. And so we know too much not to monetize it. You know too much. There's no longer I am not, I can't, I don't mentality. Yes, you do. Yes, you can. Yes, you are. Yes, and I am literally sharing with you that you can take that knowledge of yours and turn it into the legacy wealth that you so deserve. So you have 7 life areas. They're there. I promise you they're there. And I'm telling you, the more you ignore them, the more unfulfilled you're going to feel. You have to acknowledge them. God gave them to you. You have to acknowledge them. They are there. Stop ignoring them if you are. So here's what your vision statement looks like. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to write a vision for our business. We're going to write a vision for our business for 2025. I don't care if you don't have a business yet. It doesn't matter. I'm going to take care of all of that, and I'm going to help you through all of that, and I'm going to teach you how to build it out, because it's what I do. It's what I love doing. Right now, it's all about the vision. Now, let me give you an example of what that looks like, because what you write today, you might have to modify it, but I want us to get at least something written down. Okay, so get your pens ready, get your pencils ready, get your phones ready, because I'm going to teach you how to do it. Remember how I told you there are 7 different life areas of your life, and every area should have a vision, right? You should have a vision for every area of your life. Okay, so I have a vision statement for all 7 of my areas. Now, a vision statement is real simple. Please don't let anybody overcomplicate it for you. A vision, by definition, is just something you want to see happen. What do you want to see happen? That's your vision. I don't care how many people overcomplicate it. And maybe one of the things that I do well, and I learned this from being a teacher, is to uncomplicate things. I know how to take the complex and make it digestible. I know how to take the complex and make it learnable, because I did that for over 18 years for my students. And I do that in business. So your vision is basically what you want to see happen. What do you want to see happen in 2025 in your business? What do you want to see happen? Let me give you an example. Remember how I told you that my vision, like all 7 of my areas, I have a vision statement for all 7 of my life areas? Okay, so one of my life areas is relationships, okay? Now, relationships can be broken down into several different categories. We have family relationships, we have work relationships, and I will say this, all relationships are not meant to be there your entire life. Please let go of the relationships that have expired. If the relationship has expired, treat it like milk and get rid of it. Throw it out. That's right. Your vision is, what do you want to see happen in 2025? Yes, Jam. Okay. So in my relationships life area, one of the 7 areas, one of my relationships is my married relationship. I've been married for 27 years to the love of my life. Like, I love this dude. Okay. So I got to tell y'all the story of how we met one day. Okay. So 27 years, I've been married to this man. I have no intention of not being married to him. Okay. Now, what is my vision statement for my marriage? Remember, every life area needs to have a vision statement. What you want to see happen. Can I just say this real quick? If you don't have a vision statement about what you want to see happen, it might be the root cause of why it's not happening. Because you haven't expressed, you may not have internalized, you may not have written what you want to see happen in the first place. So if you don't write what you want to see happen in the first place, it might be why it's missing. Okay, so my vision statement for my marriage is, wait for it, you ready? 2 words. Vision statement. Stay married. If a vision by definition is what you want to see happen, what I want to see happen, my vision for my marriage is stay married. And so your vision statement doesn't have to be a thesis. It's basically, in a nutshell, what you want to see happen. I want you to start thinking about what you want to see happen in 2025 for your business. Okay. Now, I want you to think about it in terms of your main offer. If you don't have an offer yet, don't worry about it. You can learn about how to do that inside of the Curious Circle. If you're not a part of the Curious Circle, you need to get in there because we do the real work inside of the Curious Circle. I'm never going to stop creating ways for you to succeed in life and in business. And we do that inside the community, in the Curious Circle community. So I want you to get your pen ready, and I want you to write down what you want to see happen in 2025. So I'm going to write mine. All right, I wrote down exactly what I want to see happen in my business in 2025. Now, this is our kickoff of the 5-part series for the remaining of the year. Every Tuesday for the podcast, we're going to take the vision statement, turn it into goals. I'm going to teach you how to do that episode 2. Then I'm going to teach you how to turn those into steps in episode 3. Then I'm going to teach you how to reflect that in your daily agenda in episode 4. And then our last episode, hopefully we have that meeting in December. Or maybe I might do that January, in the first Tuesday in January. But the 5th episode, or the last episode, we're going to literally make sure that it is in place and ready to go. How do we reflect it in our day? It's going to be like a celebration. It's going to be like a 2025 vision celebration. Let's have a vision 2025 vision party. All right. That's going to be our last episode. What we're doing today is we are writing what we want to see happen in 2025 in our business. Okay. Maybe your vision is 10 clients. I want at least 10 clients in 2025. Maybe it is I want to launch my business in 2025. I want a launched full business in 2025. Maybe that's what you want to see happen. Whatever it is you want to see happen, that is what we're going to do in 2025. Now, this is the last thing I'm going to say, and I promise I won't hold you much longer. I want you to go through the mindset as a person who understands fully whatever you wrote down for your vision for 2025, without action, it means nothing. That is why I'm teaching you in the 5-part series how to make sure that it is activated. Can we just say that? Activated. Yes, we write the vision, but now we're going to have to activate it. It's going to have to be active. All right. Now, if you have not done so yet and you are really feeling like, Angela, I want to get plugged in. I want to get connected. I feel right when I am around Angela. I feel like I'm going to make it when I'm around Angela. I feel like I'm going to make it when I'm around you. I get it. I want you to seriously consider coming to the Little Oil Party. So the Little Oil Party, I have another one coming up on the 17th. It is at 7 o'clock on a Tuesday Eastern time. And in the party, we literally get together and we figure out how to feel our joys. That's right, Jam. We have to activate it. Just having a written vision statement, just having a vision board is not going to cut it. It has to be activated. Right? And so what we do in the Little Oil Party is we activate whatever we want to see happen in our life, in our business. And I want you to join the party. The link is in the description. You don't have to pay anything to join. When you join it, you're going to go inside and I'm going to show you what you're going to see. When you are joining it, you are going to see, this is my, I can show this. This is the podcast for my series. So everything is already planned out. Notice your vision checkup. Are you dreaming big enough? That's going to be December 10th. Goal setting 101, from dreams to doable plans. That's going to be the goal podcast. On the 24th, We're going to talk about how to build your roadmap, put those steps into place. On the 31st, we're going to set our priorities. That is putting our actual vision in our agenda. And then January the 7th, oh, that's right. January the 7th is the kickoff for our six-figure cohort. It's a 5-week cohort. And the podcast that day is going to be the kickoff for that. Okay, so that's what I'm planning. Anyway, you see here what I have. And this is what you have to look forward to coming up. These are the upcoming podcasts. You do not want to miss them. Tell your girlfriends, girl, Angela Tezano is on live on YouTube. And these are the things that we're going to be doing. So I'm really excited about it. What I do want to show you, however, is hold on, let me go back to my home screen so I can get this together. January 7th is my birthday. Oh my God. Jam. And Jam is going to be here with us for the six-figure cohort. Oh, we're gonna have to celebrate. I'm gonna have to celebrate your birthday. We're gonna have to celebrate your birthday somehow. We're gonna celebrate your birthday at I might sing happy birthday to you. We're gonna celebrate your birthday at the cohort. Oh my God, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Okay. All right, so let me show you real quick what you can look forward to when you join the party. So here we go. We're inside the Cura Circle here. And when you join the party, you're going to get everything you need. Also, the little oil jar that you need to get ready, because we're going to actually fill our jar with 2 very key component oil drops and everything you need. This is a recap of the party that we had on what day was it? On the 3rd. This is a recap of the party we had on the 3rd. All our recaps are here in the Cura Circle for those who are going to miss it. Okay, the point I'm making is you don't want to miss the little all party. You need to join it because it is the kickoff. It is how we get started with our journey on turning the little oil we have. Thank you, JL. I'm going to put this on the screen because I love you so much. You don't want to miss the little oil party. You don't want to miss it. So we come together. We learn how to take the knowledge that we have and turn it into legacy wealth. And it just takes a little oil. I promise you, it just takes a little oil. Thank y'all so very much for being here. If you are here on the live, I'm so super excited you are here. It brings me so much joy that you are here with me. It fuels my life. It fuels my life, y'all, that y'all are here with me. It makes me feel like I'm fulfilling my purpose, that I have somebody to actually share this knowledge that I have, share with. If you have any questions, please feel free to add them in the comments. I will answer your questions for you. I will answer everyone. Other than that, click the link in the description and join the party. Oh, the little oil jars are launching this week. I'm so excited. So I have these oil jars and it's a whole kit. And inside of the kit, you will get your jar. You will get the little oil drops, what to write on them. You stick the oil drops inside the jar. I have little stars for you every time you get a new customer. The goal is your first 5 customers. That's the goal that we're going to be shooting for in the six-figure coach cohort. Your first 5 customers. Every time you get a customer, you're going to add it to the jar. It's a whole system. Basically, what it does is that it gives you something tangible to motivate and inspire you to keep going, because the self-doubt, the I don't, I have, I'm not is real. I can't promise you it will ever go away, but I can promise you we can always counteract it proactively with better thinking, with things like this, like the little oil jar, to keep us going and motivated and inspired. I love you so much. Thank y'all so much for being here. Thank you, Elle. Thank you, Jam. Thank you, everybody who's on the live. And if you're watching the replay, thank you. I will see you next Tuesday. We're talking about how to turn the vision into goals. Be here next Tuesday. I will see you there. Oh, little is much when God is in it. This is Angela Chesnut with the Little Oil Podcast. Bye for now.